to introduce our guest speaker. So Anna and I connected over, we're in a 5-star diamond above group together. And I kind of sent out an SOS like, hey, I am hearing every day from my team, like, especially my full-time working moms or ladies, that they're just struggling to find a routine, fit this in, they start getting in a good routine 1 month and then something totally side swipes them and things just get off. So Anna, we connected and I'm super, super, super pumped. She's a mama of 4. Between her and her husband, they own multiple businesses. She is, I think, is it 4, 8 and under, Anna? Was it? They're all very, very young. She has a little baby, super cute too. And they're just in the process of moving. So we're connecting over that, the craziness, like moving. I can't even, don't ever do it if you don't have to do it. But she is 5-star diamond in her first business center, 1 star in her second. And she's doing this with just all the craziness of life. So I asked her to just jump on and share what wisdom and advice and tips that she has with us. I know she's facing the same hardships as just as much as any of us are facing. And I just love how, we're all on different teams, but we're all on the same mission, right? To help each other build incredible businesses and to help spread this gift of health and fitness. So Anna, I'm going to mute myself and I'm going to pass it over to you to introduce yourself.
Awesome, you guys. I am so excited to chat with you tonight. And like when Brooke and I connected, I'm like, how have we never met before? And I just feel like that with coaching, like I have found my soul sisters and it's one thing I love. So let me introduce myself and tell you a little bit about my story because it's mine and it's special. So I started coaching 5 years ago. And I had 2 kids at the time and I thought I was busy then. And like now I feel like 2's a vacation. But I had been doing Tone It Up for years and I was a part of that fitness community online. And I just really had a hard time connecting because I was a mama and a lot of the women that I was finding were not. And I just, like I was, and I don't want to say lost in motherhood because I absolutely love being a mom. I always say that the top 3 things that I'm the most grateful for and the decisions that I made are to marry my husband, become a mom, and become a coach. And those are the 3 things that have absolutely, completely blessed my life and changed it 100%. So, started coaching right after that. I got pregnant with our 3rd baby and I was like, my business is going to blow up. Like, I'm pregnant. This is awesome. Like I can do this. And it took me 18 months to hit diamond. And because like it was put on this pedestal and I thought it had to be hard. So I made it hard. And I was hitting Success Club and I was doing these things, but I wasn't like being smart about it. Okay. And that's what I've learned in this business. It's not work harder. It's work smarter and be strategic. Success leaves clues. And so if you find somebody in this business that you're like, okay, like, how did you get there? Like, ask them. I actually talked about it on my stories just before I got on here. Our business, like this company is all about collaborating with people. And like, it's not a competition. And my success doesn't take away from your success and your success doesn't take away from my success. And we're all in this together. And that's really freaking cool. First of all, I guess I should tell you that I made fun of Beachbody coaches for a really long time. As a member of the Tone It Up community, I got asked to coach all the time. And I was so rude about it. And I have humbled that is like really humbling now because I've had a lot of people say the same things to me. But I'm so grateful that I took the leap. And so I love what we do. I love what it's all about. And it's so much more than just workouts or a shake or whatever. And so if you're new or if you're struggling, I would ask you to think about it. Really remember why you got started and what keeps you around. So like I said, it took me 18 months to hit diamond. I was not a success starter. I hit Success Club my first month, my second month, my third month, I hit Success Club 4. And I was like, whatever, like not a big deal. I have told myself that I will not let my coaches do that if they're in this to work the business. And so that has been one thing that has really changed the game for me. So I thought I was a business builder, but I was really a success or a hobby coach for like I would say 3 years. I got myself to 2-star as a hobby coach. And so again, I would ask you, are you working this as a business or are you working it as a fun hobby and you're making a little bit of extra money, but are you working it like you would work a real job? And when I asked myself that, I wasn't. And I remember talking to my corporate mentor, Mary, and I'm like, why am I not making money? Like legit money. Because I was 2-star, I had opened my second business center. Micah Folsom is in my upline. And so my strong leg is really strong. And I'm like, what is going on? Like on paper it looks really good. Like what's happening behind the scenes? And so I really had to break it down. Like, did I want to do this or not? And was I doing what it took or not? And that's really what, like, I have probably put less time into my business over the last year, but more energy. And I have quadrupled my income since last January. And I will tell you, I've actually done that within the last 6 or 8 months, not the last year. So, had our third baby. We're ready to get ready for our fourth, and got pregnant, ready to rock and roll. I had had 3 previous healthy pregnancies and had a miscarriage on Mother's Day 2019. And I'm like, Heavenly Father, like I'm healthy. I've prayed for this baby. Like you gave us, I was pregnant. Why? Like, I don't get it. We're a loving home. We take care of our kids. Like I just had a lot of questions personally, but I was also struggling like, how am I supposed to lead these people? And I tell people to do personal development and to lean into the community. And so like I did what I tell other people to do, and it literally carried me through one of the hardest things I've ever gone through. And it took effort. And that's one thing that I've learned through this business. And I feel like I've really grown up as a coach because it's forced me to do the hard things. And again, you don't have to be here. Like, this isn't a job that anybody has to do. Like, this is what we choose to do, and we choose to grow. And sometimes that's ugly and hard. But at the end of the day, it's like the best thing for us. And so shortly after, we got pregnant with Pearl, who's our fourth. She's our caboose. And I like, it happened exactly how it was supposed to happen. And I remember when I got started coaching, sorry, it was an opportunity that I prayed for. And it kept coming and I kept brushing it off because that's not what I wanted. And I'm like, okay, Anna, how many times does like the Lord have to literally like hit you over the head with it? And it was the best thing for me. I have met my absolute best friends. But it's also been really great for our marriage and just me as a mom and as a wife and as a working mother, like, and 2020. So we'll fast forward. Our first baby was due in January that we had lost. And I remember that was a really bad flu season last year. I'm like, oh, okay, the Lord knows what he's doing. He didn't want us to have this baby during this horrible flu season. Like I feel I always try to like, if you my team name is the Positively Fit Crew. I'm literally always trying to look on the bright side. And then our baby's due in the middle, or she's born in the middle of a pandemic. And I'm like, okay, where's the light in this? Because I thought I was gonna be home recovering, like have 6 weeks before the kids get out of school to like get on a schedule. No, I'm homeschooling. I've got a brand new baby. Like I still am running our hotels from like home. So we own a hotel management company and a restaurant, and we do a couple of other things. And so the hotels are 24/7, and we're having to like adjust all these new things. And I'm just like, okay, all right, okay, I can do this. Like, so I leaned in to the community and I did my PD, and I'm like, because this is what keeps me sane. This is my fun job. And so I knew that I needed to take care of myself mentally, physically, emotionally, like more than ever. And so many people needed that as well. And so our job is to really lead from the front. So that's a little bit about, I could go for an hour just telling you my story, but I tell you guys this because I want you to understand you're not alone. And like everyone has crazy things that they're going to go through. You're going to have miscarriages, or we've had, like, everyone knows somebody that's had COVID or passed away, and like life, you're guaranteed. My mom always says, like, the only thing you can count on is that nothing's going to go according to plan. Like, just plan on that. That's got to be the plan. And as I get older and the more kids I have, like, I'm like, okay, yes, that is true. This morning I got up, I hit the ground, I'm like, all right, I've got work to do, and like the baby wakes up 3 hours earlier than she normally does, and I'm like, oh, this is insane. And so I work this business in the cracks of my day. And like I said, I've done more in the last 6 to 8 months in my business than I've done in 4.5 years, because I was intentional and very focused on my goals. And so I want to give you guys 5 tips of things that like work for me. So get out a pen and paper. Okay, here's the first thing I'm going to ask you to do. Turn on your cameras. Okay, I wish I wasn't crying. This probably looks gross. I'm sorry, but I shouldn't have cried. Okay, don't judge me. Okay, sit up tall. And we're going to do 30 breaths, quick breaths, in and out of your nose as fast as you can. Don't open your mouth. It's just in and out. So I'm going to have you follow me on 3, okay? And I will embarrass myself by staying unmuted so you can hear my runny nose as I do this, okay? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I didn't make it to 20 because I'm gonna, or 30, because I will snot everywhere. But I want to ask you how you feel in the comments, in the chat. Tell me right now what you're feeling. Is your brain cold? Are you feeling energized? Like, I want to see. You feel fresh. Okay. Labor trauma. Silly. LOL. Okay, silly. Warm. Okay. You guys feel good though, right? Like, you feel happy, you feel awake. Okay, this is one technique. So it burns with allergies. Oh, I'm sorry. Hyped and refreshed. Okay, guys, this is how I start my power hour, or especially when I'm going to invite people, because you have got to be in the right headspace. Like, even if you copy and paste your invites, if you're doing it from a negative space, people can feel that. And so if you are not like pumped to invite people to this opportunity and to talk to people about this, then do the 30 quick breaths. You feel like an idiot every time. It doesn't get better. Like, I feel stupid every time. But like, I'm pumped. I'm ready to go. I actually did it right before this call. I do it before different things because it's a game changer. So do that. Listen to a hype song. If you've got to dance, if you've got to like get on Zoom with somebody, do whatever you've got to do to like pump yourself up, because this is a really freaking incredible opportunity. And if you don't believe that, I mean, you're here so you believe it, but if you're not feeling it when you're talking with people, like, no, they're not going to want to join you. They can literally feel your energy. So if you're not in the right headspace, number 1, get there before you start any type of work, before you go into your challenge groups. Like, I always check in with my group right after I finish working out, because I am pumped. Those endorphins are flowing. I feel like a bad A after I just did legs with a Mwala. Okay. So I'm like, yeah, like, crushed it. Where are you guys at? And I do it first thing in the morning so that I know that my people, as they come check in throughout the day, they can feel my energy and it inspires them to get their booties moving. Okay. So next thing is working from a list. So again, work smarter, not harder. So first thing in the morning, I get up, I say my prayers, and I actually pray before I work. And I just ask, like, who needs this opportunity? Who can I bless with this opportunity? Please help me be inspired with what to say. please be, help them be led to me or me be led to them. Like, help me help the women that are looking for this. And so then I sit down and I do a brain dump for 5 minutes. What do I need to do today, including paying bills, buying something, whatever. I just write it all down. And I kind of write like as a list, like I do it, I prioritize it. So like what has to get done first. And that's, whether it's like anything, I put it all down. And then I focus on the task at hand. Now, as a mom of four, I am not always like, I can't just sit and do a full power hour. It's rare that I get it all done at once. And so I work in power pockets while I'm sitting in front of the kids' school. I send out some invites or I check in with somebody. But don't underestimate the power of being consistent in your stories with your schedule. And don't underestimate, like, if you feel like somebody needs to hear from you, like, reach out to them. That is like, our job is to do, it's the heart work. And that's what I like tell my team, like, we lead from our hearts. And so like, if you didn't get out all of your whatever for the day, you need to do it tomorrow. But if you spent extra time serving somebody and filling their cup and blessing them, like, consider that a win. So one thing I will tell you really quickly, and I meant to tell you this earlier. On paper, 2020 looked like a failing year for me. I missed Premier by 2 points. Definitely didn't hit elite. I went 5-star last year, but didn't get the recognition. And I legit like ended. It was October. And I started like really asking myself, like, I don't know if I'm cut out for this. Like, who would want to join me? And I let like that mean girl like get in my head, because who would want to join me? I knew that I wasn't going to hit elite, and Premier was like iffy. And I had a baby in April. Like, I had every excuse, right? And I worked, but the first probably 6 months of last year did not go according to plan. And I was like dragging my people. And I'm like, oh my gosh, please hit Success Club. Come on, come on, come on. And it's like, I was burnt out. I was not sleeping. Oh, Pearl needed a helmet. And we live 4 hours, like a cranial helmet. We drove 4 hours once a week, one way. So 8 hours once a week for the first 6 weeks. And then every 2 weeks for 4.5 months. To get her band adjusted. And again, every excuse not to do this. And so come October, I'm like, I think I might just do this for the discount. Like, I'm probably about done. Like, I hit Premier the year before. Elite, I thought like was just in the bag because Premier actually came really easy that year before. And I'm like, and I don't even think my team has heard this. So, because obviously I never told them. But I was like, I was checked out. My success partners, one had hit Premier, one had hit elite. And I'm just like, I am failing. Like, I suck. I am a horrible coach. Why would anyone want to join my team? Like, on paper, I looked like a failure, in my opinion. But last year was such a year of personal growth for me that like come January, I'm like, I'm back. What's that reel that's like, all I can see is Shannon doing it. Anyway, but you have to have all the years, right? You've got to have the year that it comes easy. You also have to have the year that kicks your butt in order to appreciate both. And so if you're like, yeah, I am having a really hard time, I will tell you that I had a coach sign up November 1st. And it completely changed everything. I'm sorry, but I was literally done. And she signed up. And I'm like, she wants to work. Like, how, like, I don't be the jerk that signs people up and then bounce. Like, don't do that. And so I'm like, I had just revamped my new coach onboarding system, something super simple because it worked for me and my busy schedule. And I'm like, well, here's my guinea pig. Like, good luck to you. You're going to try out my new onboarding system, and like, let's run. And so I lost a lot of my leaders last year, my diamond leaders. They quit and fell off the face of the earth. And that's really hard as a leader. And if you haven't experienced it, you will at some point. And that's the time that'll make or break you. And I was close to the breaking point, and I I just went all in. I'm like, I'm back. Okay, we can do this. And it ignited this fire inside of me. And so since November, I have done more in my business than I ever have. And it's because one person. And if I would have said no, or if I would have like fallen off, she wouldn't have this opportunity. And there's so many people that she has blessed through this opportunity. And it's just like this chain reaction. And so I tell this to my girls all the time, but it's like, you never know who needs you. And it's not our job to force them to be ready when we're ready for them. We need to be there when they're ready for us. And so my door is always open. And so, yeah, one person can literally change your whole business. And so don't think that the work you're doing is going like unnoticed. It's not. You just have to be patient. And that's like what I'm reminded time and time again in every situation in my life. Like, it's not my timing. And anyway, humbled by that. So, okay, get your energy right, work from a list, set daily and weekly goals. That is so important in this business. I remember the first time I had $1,000 in 1 week. That was one of my goals. And I did it. And I'm like, high five. I'm like, we did it. But it took hard work to get there, right? Like, I had to be strategic with my placement and my volume, because you want to do it with your volume. And so you need, like, if you're doing it with all challenge packs, like, that's freaking rad. And that takes a lot of hard work. But you want to have retention, right? You want to have people coming back. But when I did that the first time, then it got easier the second time. And then those $1,000 weeks started happening week after week. And so now I've upped my, right? And like, so then after that, I upped my goal, and then I upped my goal. And so don't be afraid. It took me longer than I thought it was going to take to hit my first $1,000 week, by the way, but I kept pushing. And so that is one thing. So maybe it's not, maybe that seems like that's too far off, or maybe that's like, oh, I already did that. Okay. So if it's hitting Success Club every week, so it's 3 new challenge packs every week. I'm not a huge recruiter. Like, I don't hit normally higher than SC20 max, but it's usually 12 or 14, just because I am really busy. And so I also don't think it's fair to sign up, 25 people, and then I can't take care of them. And so if you're adding 3 people a month, maybe you want to just add 1 person a week. You figure out what those non-negotiables look like for you, but then you hit them and you make it a non-negotiable. And so being your own boss is a blessing and a curse, because there's no one to hold you accountable. Like, if you don't hit it, you're not going to get fired. Like, what's the big deal, right? And so that takes like a lot of discipline in the department of like, hey, like, it's Sunday night, and whether you do your weeks Monday to Sunday or Thursday to Wednesday, however you do your week, like, you need to be crystal clear on your goals. And make sure you hit them and like push for it. That has helped me a ton, especially in the last 6 months as we've really grown. And then one thing that like I don't think we talk enough about, and we're always trying to like figure out the new magic in coaching, right? Like, what's working this week or what's working this year, right? Like, your social media should be your sneak peek into coaching. And you can do sneak peeks, but it is so hard to get people on a Zoom or to say yes to a group. The best thing you can do is to have your social media be your sneak peek. So talk about income, how my paycheck helped pay for our move or helped pay for diapers, like whatever it is, big or small, it doesn't matter, because your people need exactly what you have to offer. And so Jonas Brothers tickets, heck yeah, like that's freaking awesome. Okay. So like you have to let people in. I've been doing this 5 years. People still don't know they can join me. And I'm like, I think it's pretty obvious. Like, I think it's really obvious. So, don't be afraid to like invite people to this opportunity and just be an open book. I don't think I mentioned the word Beachbody for my first year of coaching because I was still embarrassed, right? Because I was so judgmental. But you quickly find in anything in life, like everyone's struggling. And that's one thing that I feel like everyone needs to know. It's like, it doesn't matter if you've been a coach for a year or 10 years, like we all get our butts kicked in different seasons. And so just being open about it and sharing like, yep, I'm a Beachbody coach and I'm dang proud of what I get to do helps your people come to you. Okay. And then the last thing, right? Told you four already. Then the last thing is just your mindset. And like, I saw some of you saying that, like, where your focus goes is where your energy is going to flow. And so if you're like negative Nancy in the dumps, your team is going to feel that. Your followers, like everyone is going to feel that. And so if you're just pumped on like, hey, this is where I'm going, all aboard that want to go with me. And like your people will jump. And the people that don't, like, they'll watch and they'll jump when they're ready. And so, anyway, just if you're struggling, practice gratitude, do your personal development, like say your prayers, listen to some music. Sometimes my PD is jamming out to music. Who's to say that doesn't, like, that is PD for me. Like, I connect with music. I feel it. Like, I love it. I like to sing at the top of my lungs in the car, like whatever. That's good for my soul. And so that's my PD some days, and that's okay. Like, so you need to recognize what works for you in the season of life you're in and do that. Don't think that like you have to do exactly what Brooke does or what I do to be successful. You need to do what works best for you in this current season, and don't let your foot off the gas. So just always having that growth mindset and just being aware of like things are happening for you for a reason. So, okay, that's it. If you guys have any questions or whatever.
So good. Feel free to unmute yourself, you guys, or drop your questions in the chat. Anna, I do have a question. Any good PD? I know you just said singing songs and all that stuff, which is so fun to hear. I forget, like, yeah, you're right. That stuff is awesome.
Yes.
For PD. But do you have any books or things that you do recommend that have like been like, oh man, this really changed my business or mindset or anything
Miracle
like that?
Morning and the 5-second rule are like my go-tos. I think especially as someone that's busy, like Miracle, I gotta get up early and I have to get my crap done early, or it just sets the tone for the day. And the 5-second rule, because like I don't have time to like sit around. But I will tell you, there's a few, like, get your pen and paper out because I'll tell you a few of my favorites. And I also will say this. Don't be afraid to re-listen to books over and over. If it serves you and you feel it, read it again or listen to it again. Because I've been like, when I like started coaching, like I would see like, oh, people read 75 books this year. So then I started reading and I'm like, I hate this book. Then shut it. Don't do it if you don't want to listen to it. Like, so the 12-week year, 6 months to 6 figures, the happiness advantage, and be obsessed or be average. Okay. Do you have a certain day that you share your sneak peek on social, or you can? I'm constantly sharing, like literally every day. Like I talk about my team. I talk about like the people that I'm helping. I share like when I'm doing calls or trainings or whatever. I talk about like what's coming up. I just like, I'm always talking just like I would talk about my family, just about like I talk about my husband, I talk about my team and what I do as a coach, like just to like they're just as big a part of my life as everything else. So, yeah, it makes it normal. And then it doesn't seem so salesy when you're like inviting someone to it. Like, it's like, well, I do this all the time. Like, you're watching my stories. So I just wanted to see if like you were interested in jumping in with me. Like, 'cause that's where I spend a lot of my time. And those are the people that I hang out with. And like, you're really cute. And I think like you'd fit right in. Like, and 'cause it's not weird. Like, when you really view this opportunity as a blessing and like what a game changer it is, it's like, I want everyone to know about this. Like, I would literally shout it from the rooftops if I could. Yeah, and I can send Brooke, hold on. Let me see if I can pull this up and then I can show you. So that way you guys can see it. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, I can share my screen. Okay, I'm gonna show. Oh, can you make me the host, I think, so I can share my screen?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, there we go. So, and this is, I haven't updated it. I need to, but this is literally all it is. It's 6 steps. So I have them just get on and do all of the trainings and like get things set up. I've reinvented videos like on how to get started. And it was like, again, it's Beachbody makes them like work smarter, not harder. And so if your upline has them, like I thought like in order to look like a successful coach, like I needed to do it all myself. And I wasted so much time. Beachbody has incredible like videos and stuff. And so don't be afraid. Like, so I just have them do this. And then I have a new coach welcome packet that talks about our nutrition plans and like how to access Beachbody on demand. And like, so I send that to all of my new people. And then all of my new coaches have the same thing, but at the end, it's business activity tracker that Micah actually created and it has more. I can show you that too, but it's basically just like you guys might see it because I think Ashley Smith
I
used
think
it
it's
on
one
the
that
best.
we use too.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, so we use that. And then I have just a social media training. Like literally, I talked to them about going emerald in an hour and then diamond date within 30 to 60 days. And we've popped, I think, 5 diamonds with so far this year. So, and we've got like 2 more that are coming. So this is like as simple, like, I don't know. To me, it's simple. Cause I was a part of like, it was like a 14-day or 21-day new coach training. And it was like I'm like, I'll teach you how to do a share a cart when it's time for you to share a cart. Then we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Because I have so many coaches that were like waiting till they watched all these training videos to like get to the end and then feel ready. And I'm like, your confidence will come by talking to people. It's like dating. Like you gotta like go on that first date to go on the second date. Like that first kiss is awkward AF, but like you'll get to making out. It will come, but you gotta have like the first kiss. And so it's like it's exactly the same thing. So that is like what I tell my people, like we'll get there. Like let's just start talking to people. Okay. Oh yeah, okay. So that's that.
Any other questions for Anna? We have her here.
Okay, well, thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. I hope you got something out of it.
I always ask our guest speakers.
Yeah.
What is your puke goal for 2021?
Top 10.
Ooh, yes, you did share that with me.
Yes.
Love that.
So buckle up, crew.
It's gonna be an awesome ride. So we are cheering you on, Anna. we're praying for you, for your business. Thank you so much for just
That's
pouring your
awesome.
heart. You're busy. My goodness. With I just forgot the hotels and restaurants and COVID. I can't even imagine that headache. So thank you for pouring your heart and your time and your energy into us tonight. So
Well, thank you so much for having me. And Brooke, we'll see you on Thursday for our call.
sounds good. Bye,
Awesome.
everybody.
Thank you guys.
Bye.